Transmission
Okay.
hooked up. Okay, the wheels are in the right position.
Get there.
There we go.
I can't get there to get the wheel.
Oh, I didn't expect it to come that fast. I was getting out of the way, believe me.
Good, 'cause I'm right.
Well, I'm ready to start blasting those frame rails. Car's outside. It's a nice day. So I'll show you a little bit of my setup. Just got my little air tank here. I think that's about 20 gallon. And it's running about 120 PSI, I believe. Here's my sandblaster. That is about as cheap as they come. Got this from Princess Auto. So it's just like a siphon style. You stick the one end right into your bag there of media blasting. Hook the air line up to there. Trigger operated. Away you go. That's it. Cheap. I think it was like 14 bucks. So I'll give this a go. Well, I got the car back in the shop now. My sandblasting attempt was a complete and total failure. A waste of time. The compressor I have is not nearly big enough to run the sandblaster for any length of time. So I was able to clean it up a little bit in there. Let's see if I can down. So it will clean up. I need to get myself a bigger air compressor and maybe a better sandblaster. Anyway, it is what it is. But I've had a bit of a change of heart on these rear frame rails. I think I'm going to actually attempt patching them up. So what I plan on doing is going to remove this back brace right here, right across, and I might even actually attempt to fix it as well, because it's not as bad as I originally thought it was. This end right here, that'll be pretty easy to make a new piece for that. But what I'm going to do first is make some kind of a brace, just so I can keep everything located in the correct spot when I start cutting this out. And I'm going to take this big piece off here that is the mounting point for the rear suspension and fix it up, and then I'll just rebuild the rails out to where it needs to be in the correct location. You know, I figured I might as well at least give it a try before I go out and buy the new ones, and if I totally screw it up, well, I know I can buy them. So I'll do some grinding and cutting and see what I can come up with here. So let's see what we can do. Okay, I just cut this back piece out here. And you see, I have this piece braced up, and I put a brace in between here. So lots of braces holding things in place. So when I get this repaired, I can, you see the spot weld holds? They'll line exactly up, and that way there, I'll know I'll have that in the right spot. And once I get this in the right spot, then I can cut this rotten section out, replace it with some new material, and everything should be exactly in place. So we'll just see now if I can get this out and rebuild this rail, you know, to something that's, you know, half decent. It's got to be safe, obviously. I might just be able to save myself quite a bit of money. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's in rough shape, but if I can get all that rotten stuff out, I can make some new pieces in there. See what I can do. Alright, work to this side of the frame rail is done, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So, I got the patch on, so it starts from right about here, and then goes right to the back there, and yeah, it turned out pretty good. So it's a piece that's bent, just on the one side though. And if I go over to the other side here, so if you can see there, you can see the other side. And if we can look inside here. Now, it was really hard to get my MIG gun down in there, so it looks kind of bubblegum, but it is what it is. And if we get right down in there, you can see how that's all been fixed up. So, pretty good. Now, I did some sandblasting, and you see how pitted and corroded that section is. Even after sandblasting, I was picking at it with a screwdriver, and even in those real dark black spots, I still can't pick through. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna cover it up with some Por 15 and just try that. Again, you can see those. It's, you know, rust is usually brown, but those things are black spots, and you can pick at them, and they're just black crustaceans. I don't know what they are, but I couldn't blast them off. And then down in here, this is very solid. You know, I did the best I could with that cheap little sandblaster that I have, and you know, it is what it is. So anyway, I'm going to seal it all up with some Por 15 there. I just finished degreasing it and cleaning it, so I'm just going to make sure it's good and dry, and throw that Por 15 on, and yeah, call it a day on that one. So it's getting there. Once I get that sealed up, you know, and clean up the rest of the stuff underneath here, I'll be able to put that trunk pan back on, and my goodness, I might be able to get that quarter pan on. So we're getting there. Really happy with how that turned out. That saved me a lot of money. A lot of money. Remember, always wear protection.